All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful evening. You got another special watch list tonight. We're doing it live once again, so don't worry. If you are used to the normal watch list, I have the keys for you. I have the plays, but since today was such a big day, we had Jerome Powell in the dot plot. I figured we would do it live, and I was running a little bit behind schedule, so I figured we should be able to run through this, and if you have any questions, we can run through this. So what I'm going to do, give you a little bit of a summary of what happened today, then I'm going to go over the dot plot. I'm going to go over a couple of plays because I made a new play today that was relevant to what happened today on the dot plot, and then we're going to talk about the rest of the week, the other plays, and everything else. So, like I said, I have all of that. If you're used to the normal watch list, you're going to love it. Drop your thumbs up on the video, but bear with me. We have the people in the live. I got to say what's good, but for everybody, whether you are live or watch list, make sure you do not ever forget. We are live. That's me. You see, that's me. Look at that's me. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Okay, youtube.com/the stock market. Right there. You see, we have Powell today. From the moment it came out, you can see all of it live. All of it live. Tomorrow's going to be the day after Powell, so we will see you there, baby. Bachata Okay. Okay, baby. Okay. Alaikum salam, habibi. What up? What up, Andy? What up, Nateem? What up, J-Star? How you living, Michael? Good evening. Oh, I know you might be tempted to say good morning. What's up, man? I'm going to see you. I think we're going to have a live watch list tomorrow. Or maybe this is your live watch list. What up, Brian? Darty Bart. Laurie, Lois, Sarvando, Doubler, baby. El Trapato. Good evening, Prabo. Joel. Oh, what's up, Canella? Brandon, Ram the Ball, Johnny, Miguel. Dev, Gofi, 333, baby. What up? How you doing? What up, J3? What up, the Blacklist? What up, OJ Bobby? What up, Paris? Oh, good evening. Y'all really here. Y'all really here. Hit that thumbs up button. So, good evening. So, chat. We got to run through this. We have a lot to talk about. And, again, we are here live. So, you will have the ability to tune in. I'm glad that you're here. We are going to have tomorrow in the morning as well. I think it's going to be a very interesting one. But, clearly, we ended up going higher today. So if you didn't hear what ended up happening, there wasn't much. The dot plot did not change much. They did not raise rates. However, there is still 3 rate cuts priced in by the Fed. We'll go over the dot plot here in a second, but I will give you a very quick summary and then dive into it. But if you really read between the lines on what happened today and what the dot plot showed, it was a little bit more hawkish. Even though we had the same amount of 3 rate cuts priced in for the year, it did price in less rate cuts for next year. That was something not too many people were talking about. We covered it a little bit on stream before the event, but that's what we got today. It had an interesting effect. You'll see when we get into the plays, and there were a couple of other movements on the dot plot that also had a hawkish bias. Pretty much you had a couple of members shift to 2 rate cuts instead of 3, but a majority of the Fed dots or the members, they were expecting 3 rate cuts still, and above all else, even though the dots showed one thing, and I'll show you the other intricacies here when we get to the dot plot. Beyond all of that, though, man, I hate to break it to you, your boy Powell was dovish. I don't know. Some of you should like this. I don't even know why it's a bad thing, to be honest. I mean, the fact of the matter is the markets have been ripping. They are hitting these all-time highs. I mean, you're hundreds of points every week, every month, multiple week streaks. But when it's all said and done, man, your boy was very dovish when it came to answering questions or anything. It is still higher for longer, but he was very confident in both the rate cuts, inflation coming down. He thinks financial conditions are tight. And then, according to the dot plot, there was a couple of factors that show you how the Fed really feels. And even then, during the press conference, Powell even addressed the hot data, and he did not seem too worried about it. It was more so as if he seemed like he expected it, and he said that's why they're doing what they're doing and going at the pace that they are going at. They expected movements like that. So all in all, you had a little bit of movements. Everything was broadly the same. So this is where you kind of got a dud of an event. The market did move a little bit more than what was priced in on the option chain, but here were the other little nuances and changes that occurred. So, like I told you, the Fed funds rate, you could go look at this number. The December projection was 4.6. It came in at 4.6 today. There was that no change. So this time I was a little hesitant expecting it, but it did in fact happen. But now where did we get other changes on the dot plot or the SCP? The change in real GDP, the Fed thinks that GDP is going to grow at 2.1 this year instead of 1.4. That means they think the economy is going to keep growing, and they think it's even going to be stronger. They think unemployment is actually going to go lower than where they projected in December. That means they think the labor market will get tighter. They think that PCE inflation will still come in around 2.4, and then the kicker, they believe that core inflation will come in higher than they did a couple months ago at 2.6 versus 2.4. So, do you guys realize what this is all saying? This is where you are kind of getting the positive reaction, and even moving forward, we're going to talk about this a little bit, but you might get the market going higher. Do you understand what the Fed is projecting, or I guess where they are arriving when it's all said and done? Yes, there you go. So Powell is saying that, or Powell and the whole Fed, they think that the economy is going to be strong. They think unemployment is going to go lower. Headline inflation will stay sticky but low. And they think core inflation is going to come up higher. And then with all of that being said, they still believe that they are going to cut 3 times by the end of this year. Ta-da! That is the story, and that explains why we're kind of up right now. And we'll talk about it a little bit. I mean, I might as well just skip ahead to it, but like when it's all said and done, man, this is why I got to pull this down a little bit. You know, this is why we got what we got, and it's like, man, even if we get more data moving forward, it will probably not matter too much, because a dot plot like that highlights Powell's attitude, and what I'm trying to tell you is that Jerome Powell doesn't care. Yes. Okay, I could have hyped this up. I could have saved this to the end, but I'll just tell you now, Jerome Powell does not care. Does that make sense why? When I go back to this dot plot or the SCP, you know, it's one thing about the dot plot, but the whole picture of what was said here. Like I'm telling you, you're going to have data moving forward. We're even going to get more Fed speakers for the rest of the week, a little bit more data. You're going to hear from Jerome Powell on Friday, but I'm telling you, even now until borderline June, unless you get an insane black swan or crazy data miss, Jerome Powell does not give a poop. Does that make, and the data it will be important, as it may be important, but only to a degree. And why? Because what just happened is that this dot plot, and even kind of what today is showing you, is that they think the economy is going to rip even harder. They still think inflation is going to go up, and they even think employment is going to stay tight. And with all that being said, they still plan to cut, and they are still sticking to this plan for now. So that means even if the next data sets come in a little bit hotter, just like they did, Powell is probably going to respond how he did today, where, you know, they're going to expect a little bit higher, a little bit lower, and not to be too bothered by it. But all in all, I think it bought him time. I think that Powell's not going to care too much, and really today ended up being a non-event. You know, it is borderline bullish. Like we said, the market was a little hesitant coming into this, and now if you don't know what ended up happening, this was the big problem. The 2025, this was the thing that ended up moving higher. So at December, excuse me, in December, the Fed was expecting a 3.6 terminal meaning that they thought rates would be lower by the end of 2025. Today, even though they think that they're going to start lowering rates this year, they think that they're going to be lowering less by 2025. So this is what had the effect today, because essentially now this confirms that short-term yields, okay, Powell is sticking to the short-term plan, and if anything, the longer-term plan, that's the only thing that you really got hawkish today. So there was a little bit of pushback today, but you guys are here live. I could explain this for you now. Does this part make sense? So, again, dot plot stayed the same for the end of this year. For next year, though, the Fed said, well, we may not end up cutting that much. And that's why even moving forward and what we saw, even instant reaction today, short-term yields are getting the bid because the short-term plan is staying the same. But now the long-term yields, they're going to probably move around a little bit because now that whole plan is kind of getting thrown into doubt. Or at least you're getting a little pressure or pushback from the Fed on the longer term, or a little bit longer rather than the near term. And then this whole idea of let's cut the rates and bring about the soft landing and all the good things and goodies and ease up and all that and yibbity yabbity boo. But like I'm saying, non-event bullish. We are probably going to have the green light moving forward. I don't think Powell is going to care much. We'll see what we get with the data, but all in all, I think unless there's a black swan, we are probably going to keep riding and doing what we've been doing. So shout out to the long term, but now let us get into the play. So right off the bat, I hope today makes sense. And again, I mean, it's actually wild how it all played out. It could have been a lot nuttier, but you still got a little element of surprise. I don't know. Hopefully you guys see it was a little surprising on the pushback for 2025. You got the Fed dots. They're still in a precarious spot where they could change by June, but all in all, it came in, exactly the same, and I think it buys Powell time. But now, hopefully, what happened in that little surpriser today, it should make sense with the first play, and this is what I ended up doing. So right after this data, right when the dot plot came out, I was looking at my bond play. I waited a little bit, and within like a couple of minutes of the release, I ended up going with /ZT. And what /ZT is the 2-year bond futures. And I ended up buying the 2-year bond. Why? Because the rate cut expectations in the short term, still for the end of this year, those remain the same. The pushback was on the far out end of the curve. That's why like TLT and /ZB, it went up a little bit, then pulled back, but the short end of the curve should benefit. So that's what I ended up buying, and literally at the moment that I bought it, I showed this today on stream. I got to pull up trading economics, but if you guys go to the dot plot, tell me, what is this number here? Where is the Fed terminal rate? Where does the Fed think that rates will be at the end of this year? They thought this in December, and they think it still. They still think this today. They still think this today. Anybody? Anybody out there? Is anybody listening? Yeah, 4.6, right? So here's the deal. The 2-year bond, this is the ZT. Right now it's trading at 4.58 finally. So literally earlier this morning, it was at 4.69. When I made the play, it was around, I think, like 4.67, I believe. And then, I think so. It moved down a little bit. And you even go check, just a couple days ago, it was around like 4.8. Does this make sense why I bought the ZT as my play? And why I'm kind of holding it for a little bit? Does that make any sense to you? Why would that make sense? If I was going to use the dot plot to justify this play with what we said, like, why did that make sense even at the time? Let's see. Do I have a water? I could chug a water while I wait. You hold it. Well, sure, but think about it. Why? Yeah, ZT is not on Robinhood. It's a future. It is the front end of the curve, but literally it's a 2-year bond. So the 2-year bond should be borderline implying where you think rates will be at in 2 years, right? So the 2-year bond was trading at like 4.67 a little higher. Again, just yesterday even, it was even trading near like 4.74, right? And then the dot plot, the Fed thinks you're going to be at 4.6. So if the 2-year is trading any higher than 4.6, and the Fed is saying by the end of this year, in less than 1 year, we're going to be at 4.6, and a 2 years higher at 4.6, that means that the 2 years implying not the same thing. It's higher. So now, if that's actually the more evidence and the closer we get to that, the 2 years should come closer to the Fed. And then even then, go look at the dot plot. This is the problem. Although the Fed was a little bearish for 2025, literally in a borderline a 2-year time frame, Powell and the Fed is saying that rates should be at 3.9. So if Powell and the Fed saying rates should be at 3.9 and you stick with that, and the 2-year bond is at 4.6, there is that gap that you could profit on if that in fact does happen as we go over that time. There's your difference. Exactly. So I plan on swinging this for a little bit, but that is play number 1. That's why today I'm still holding the bonds. I do think the 30-year might move around a little bit just because it's trailing. You might watch the long end of the curve benefit, but again, people are a little bit more worried about the longer run today, but short end, I think that one should be better, and it should have more minimal downside. I mean, that's the beauty the whole time, anytime with these 2-year plays. If you remember, 2-year versus a 30-year play, 2 years more sensitive to policy. So as long as people think that Powell is cutting rates, the 2-year should be able to hold up. So I made that play today. I grabbed 2 of those contracts. I'm already up like $400. I think they're even up right now. Even futures are up by 0.44. So keep that in mind. But that is play number 1. Then play number 2. This one, very interesting. Or I got 2 of them, Micron and Broadcom. Micron actually killed it on earnings, so they were expected to not do good this quarter, ended up doing better. Their guidance was supposed to be good, and then they ended up raising that guidance, and then they moved 2 standard deviations, which was kind of insane. They're at all-time highs, but Micron was good news. Broadcom, they had an AI event. They were talking and pumping a couple of things today. They were good, so these have been your chip runners in the last 24 hours. You got this positive Powell now. We'll see how the day after goes, but we'll see if this kind of revives the chips at the highs more or less. So I'm still in that Marvel play. I was down like 6-7%. That one bounced a little bit. I'm only down 2 or 3 now, so we'll see how that plays out, but I am going to keep an eye on Micron tomorrow. Maybe there's a crazy opening play right off of the bell for earnings. Don't forget, man, you could always play the post-earnings. And the funny part, like Pinduoduo, we talked about this one yesterday. Bro, this thing was up at 150 this morning, up 18%, and within like, 5 or 10, 20 minutes, thing dropped to 130. You could have made like 1,000% on the post-earning put. So either way tomorrow, point is, MU is going insane. 2 standard deviations, insane. I'm telling you, Micron hasn't moved like this in years, if ever at all. I would argue if ever at all, or in a very, very long time. So I would watch out for that. I think that's going to be a very interesting one tomorrow. Again, Broadcom I'd throw on the list, and we'll see how everybody else plays in general. That is play number 2. And then play number 3. I even have a secret play number 4, okay? Listen, I'm going to go to play number 3 right now. But once I go to play number 3, and you see what play number 3 is, I want you to guess what the secret play number 4 is going to be. Okay? You feel me? So here is play number 3. Disney. Yes, Disney. Oh, hey! Oh, I could be like Mickey Mouse or Elmo. I don't know. Oh! No, I don't have Nike. I don't have FedEx, Reddit. Those are all potential plays. Oh, yeah, they are. Oh! Disney. But no. What's the play? See if they know. I have one play that's not on here. I have a secret play. Do you know? Nobody said it. Nobody said it so far. Can I respectfully, with all due respect, I'm going to slap you? Respectfully, I'm gonna slap you. Some of you think somebody finally said it. Jeez. I'm about to slap all of y'all. About to slap out of all y'all, man. Respectfully, though. Respectfully. Like the video, man. Like the video. Man. I'll let that one linger. I'll let that one marinate because that was, man. But Disney, this is play number 3. So before I get into the secret, play number 4. Disney, the vote is heating up. The proxy vote between them and Tryon. I'm telling you, they're running ads now. They made a website, Vote Disney. Disney's making ads. Disney's getting like fucking the heirs of Disney and like getting everybody to go on TV and endorse them. So it's really heating up right now. And then the best part about it is that like as you're getting into the vote and dealing with all of this, Disney's breaking out. It hit a 52-week high now. And take a look, man. You know, you pull the chart out, you're getting towards the highs of 2018 and 2019 now, but this is a very interesting level for them. And again, last time they really topped out here around like 118 and then even between like 120 and 127. But if they get above 118, break out to 120, all the way up to 127, 130, this stock starts to get really, really crazy. And then again, they have this catalyst now with the activist investors, with Tryon and all of that. So I'm going to be watching out for that. Play number 3. I think any other post-earnings or whatever options have expired. We just got it in the long term. We're up almost 30% on Disney in the long term, man. The House of Mouse, man. The House of Mouse, but Chatadonia. Those are all the plays. That's play number 3. And look, that's it. That's all I have. That's all. There's no, see, play number 4 is not on here. Play number 4 is not on here. It's a secret. Only a few of you got it, man. And why I said I'm going to slap you is because this play, man. Oh, yeah, here. I didn't show you. Yeah, that's all. Look at the play. It's done. I'm done. I'm going all the way up, all the way down. It's done. There's no more. It's all the same place. It's not even on the document. It's not even on the scroll, bro. I ain't even written it on the scroll, bro. You don't know what it is? The play, my brother, is gold, man. Gold, man. The golden gold, bro. Are you kidding me? Gold, bro. Only a few of you got it. Clint, you got it. Clint, Clint, you were the first one, baby. Literally, that's the sound of 2 gold coins. The sound of sound money, they say, baby. The sound of, no, not digital gold, but gold, like actual GC, gold futures, GLD, if that's more. The way that you swing is up to you, man. I don't judge, man. I don't judge. But gold, bro, it just literally hit a new all-time high. I covered my gold short today. I think I took like 130 or 230 loss. I got to double check. But not too bad. I was down almost $1,000 on that at one point. But I covered with a loss. I even covered my NASDAQ short or my long. That should have held that. That one went up. But not too bad. I ended up holding my bonds throughout. But GC, bro. I'm out of the play now. So now I'm going to be able to flip this back and forth. But they're a winner, bro. It's up 2% right now. Literally, I don't know if you guys realize, like right now, NASDAQ futures are up. Where is it? Russell is up by 0.38. But do you guys realize gold is up by 2% right now? Like right now as I'm talking. Let me reiterate that one more time for you. Okay, let me say that again. Like I told you, the gold for the Fed, baby. I've been saying this every single day on the watch list. 3 days in a row. Gold. That's why I said I'm going to slap you for only 2 of you guys guessing this. So I think gold is leading instead of lagging. Like we said, we got to find out, and we said it's going to be very important. But literally, bro, gold, man, you have this thing up 2% right now. Futures, Russell, nothing's moving like that. If anything, this one here is the winner. So that is gold, man. This one is going to be very interesting. But now I'm out of the play. I'm going to go try to flip it back and forth tomorrow. This is going to be one that I'm going to be watching. So watch out for that. Oh, wait, I don't even know. Here it is. I'm sorry. I thought I had the chart up. This is what I was trying to show you guys. Yeah, it hit a new high, though. So we're going to see. I trade it now. Maybe if it drops when I'm sleeping, but I don't like gold when it moves. But this one's wild, bro. This one is absolutely wild. So other than that, like I said, I closed that NQ. I bought the 2-year bond. holding a couple of other plays, again, still in those Mara and a couple of other share plays like the Nordstrom's, JRVR. That one is still, there's more updates on the buyout, so $15 a share, still at $8, so we'll see, but I think it was an all-stock deal. Other than that, though, I'm going to ride the plays tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to trade the NQ again, but I think bonds, gold, even the yen, there was news about October cuts. That's what gave the yen a pop there even during Powell. That was interesting, but other than that, going to be riding the wave, and I really think not much is going to change until maybe we get a black swan that knocks us off the golden path. But, Chad, that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is all that I have for you. Look at 25 minutes. 25 minutes of beautiful watch list. But you're here right now, man. I only got a little bit of time. Man. So, again, I was a little bit late. We got it tomorrow. I will have more time. I think I'm going to do a back-to-back live watch list tomorrow. But, Chad Adonia, do you have any questions about today? The dot plot, your dovish Powell, the plays, gold, why the 2-year is interesting play, the gap between the 2-year and where the Fed is predicting the rates will be at. Anybody? My day was good, man. It was good. I was very excited today. I kind of disappointed I didn't hold my NASDAQ, but other than that, I think Powell, I'm glad he did. This time I was not surprised. I mean, everything kind of happened how I expected there. A little bit of lemon, kind of like when you drink water and it's like lemon water, but it's like really lemony. I think that's how today was. It was kind of what I expected, but a little lemony. So I wasn't too disappointed. But it was good, man. You could invest in gold by buying physical gold. That's my number one way. I like to speculate and flip the normal ones. Or like to flip the paper gold. Other than that, that's like you could buy ETFs, futures. Silver might go crazy if silver gets above $20. Is it $29? Then we start talking cray silver. I don't know. I mean, I think we might have some upside depending on how things play out. We still got some catalysts, but I mean, generally, until we get like a bad data or again like a black swan, I don't think we're going to go down meaningfully. We may have pullbacks here and there, maybe of bigger size just because the market's up, but I think we bought a lot of time until June with not much. Things are looking, nothing is going to change, so that's it. I'm not really expecting anything too nutty. If that makes any sense, I don't know. I hope it does. I think Reddit is gonna price a little high. I forgot we made a play on like INTP or some INTJ. This was an IPO today, and this one met criteria. I think I ended up buying 200 shares at 430. It met criteria, but then it came down. I bought it here, and then it still ended up dropping. But be careful if it prices premium, which it already is. They said I think they're pricing 40% above their price. It's going to be a little difficult, so it just depends on how much of the volume they trade. I will be trading that tomorrow live, so we'll see. I will see you guys there. That should be a lot of fun. But other than that, I don't think I'm not like too excited about Reddit. I'm not like woohoo, Reddit, oh Reddit. I'm not like too crazy about it. I hope that's good enough. No. Boeing, I don't know. They had bad news about free cash flow, bro, and I have no idea. Why that ended up happening why that ended up happening. Oh my goodness. What else we got? You like Reddit this time? It all depends. I already voted for Disney, so I voted against Disney on everything. I voted with Trian, so I voted against the white card. I responded to my email. I got an email from Charles Schwab, and I voted against everything that Disney recommended. Yeah. I don't know. I like Nelson. If you think about it, everything I told you when I added Disney to the long term is what Nelson Peltz is saying. I really agree with the guy. He has sometimes, it goes both ways with some people like his effect on the board, some don't, but generally I think he is on the right track, and I like his incentive. I don't know. I mean, if Nelson's going to make money, we're going to make money, and I do like what he's, one of the number one sticking things that I like is that it's just what he says, like nobody on the board owns any shares, and, so the stock suffers for bad decisions. I mean, these guys aren't really invested into the company that they're managing, which sometimes is good. It could give an unbiased view, but at the same time, it's good to have people invested, in the future of the company. So I don't know. I voted against it. I like Nelson. I like Nelson. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy though. Maybe I wish there was a vote to just vote against Kathleen Kennedy. Tesla, after what happened, they had some rate cuts, but I mean, I don't know. I haven't even traded Tesla too much this year, and I'm not really looking at it as like a long-term candidate. I think Chipotle could do a lot, even after a split. That's going to be really exciting. That news was absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane. Intel, I think Micron and Broadcom should be the big ones tomorrow. But then again, Intel did get, a lot more of that chip news. They keep getting government chip. Even they're like, we lost the chips. We got the grant. We lost the grant. Yeah, we get take it away. Okay, give it back. All right, take it. Give it. You almost had it. Oh, you're close. Look how close you are. Look at that. Building a huge Micron facility. Macron. Well, Chattadonia, on that note, man, I hope you guys enjoyed today. I hope I see you tomorrow on the watch list, but I do have to depart from you. Otherwise, I'll be sleepy tomorrow. I'll be sleepy. I had coffee today, though. You know that? I told you I had it on stream. I know. They say you don't have coffee no more. I say it's Powell Day. I got to go Powell Day. I gotta get to bed. I got to relax. I got woosah. Drop your shoulders real quick, though. You know what I'm saying? Relax. Drop your shoulders, man. Relax. Be easy. You know what I'm saying? Clear the mind, baby. Clear the mind. Sleep well, baby. You blessed. Wake up and drive tomorrow, all right? That sound good? That sound like a plan? All right, sound like a plan. Yeah, drop the shoulders, baby. Drop the shoulders. I got you, man. Got you. Relax the trauma traps. Amen? Amen. All right, Chad, but I love you guys. Thank you again for another awesome day here, too. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Enjoy your rest. Get ready for more Powell. And honestly, I mean, we should get some nice follow-up. We got a little bit of an overshoot today from what was priced in, so let's see what the bonds and everything and the dollar and yen and Powell and all of that. But God bless you. Oh, and let's go. Even get you some philo, okay? We'll get you some philo. We'll relax, baby. God bless you. Get ready for Friday, Junior. And peace out. And hit him with the horn. Horn.